Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes. Pieces is a form of art. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto Kings live stream. B-Roos, what's going on, my man? You got the old school on. Are we bringing back the old school?
Throwback. The throwback is in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy. B-Roos back again with another shill too. And boy, don't we have a interesting, crazy, speculative show for each and one of you guys. Man, a lot of shit's happening when I went on vacation. Come back and see me in the Gucci.
Yeah, man, I was on vacation as well. I'm getting ready to go on a fishing trip this weekend, but I had to stop back at home, get on the Crypto Kings live stream. And yeah, B-Roots, it's been complete Jeepville as far as like meme coins and stuff like that. I mean, a few coins have been doing pretty good, but very few. And now we have some speculation on Pulsechain and, reading through that thread. And, me and you have talked about it a while back that, there is going to be a coin that is pushed to parity. And, which one will be the chosen one? And, reading through that thread, which I'm not going to even try to explain it because we got someone else coming on later to explain what the research they have done and everything they have broken down. But this is going to be an interesting show, to say the least. We're going to check out TA, Pulsechain, all that.
Oh, yeah. We definitely have some catching up to do. It's been about, a week, 2 weeks since we done last week? So it's been a while.
I feel like when you're in crypto, man, like a week feels so long. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be like, a week. But now when you're in crypto, if you miss like 2 days, you feel like you're being gone. You're so far behind in crypto. Crypto's moving so fast. So yeah, we missed about a week, but feel refreshed, ready to fish this weekend and get back after it.
Yeah, so some of the things we're going to talk about, let me grab my list real quick. we said we were going to do, let's see here. We're going to talk about, obviously, Bitcoin in the market, see what's doing. We're going to talk about some of the contest entries we got thrown in there. We're going to go over some of the markets, new watch list coins, and then, obviously, we have a special guest from the pDAI Telegram group to give us a breakdown on what they think is going on in Pulsechain with a dollar, a pegged dollar. A lot of speculation going on with pDAI. Does pDAI get to a dollar or not? What is this, a Tropa coin? There's a lot to talk about. So we're going to have a very jam-packed episode. And I say we start with what we always start with, man.
Yeah, guys, we'll smash that like. Let's just say what up to some people in the crowd because we haven't seen you guys in so long. It's been a week. Less banking. What's up, my man? John, good to see you. His hex, I'm not even going to try to say that. We got Greenwall in the house. Dixon, as always, smash that like. Listen to Dixon, guys. Zuka, what's up, bro? And we just have a packed crew. A lot of people talking about pDAI. We're gonna go into this, but guys, if you're looking for what contract is the same contract as DAI on Ethereum, except you just switch it over to the Pulsechain. You guys, I see a lot of banner about which address, which contract. It's the exact same contract. It's just on the Pulsechain side. It is the pDAI, the Pulsechain DAI coin. So I mean, Pulsechain is going to need a stable coin. But yeah, viewers, we got 123 people in the room. Let's get those likes at least up to 75, if not 80, and then we can get into some TA.
Yeah, where we at here?
Check it out.
I see 61.
All right, guys, smash that up. We got 130 people in the house. It's absolutely free. Bumps it up in the algorithm, and we're going to talk about Pulsechain, guys. We got to get Pulsechain back up.
And if you don't like us, hit the bottom thumbs down button 3 times.
3 times. They took the dislike button away. I mean, it's still there, but it doesn't show anything. Still smash it if you hate us. pDAI is the same contract as DAI on ETH. Exactly. Less banking. Thank you for that. Shades indoors is criminal. Maybe you need to get a pair.
And once again, none of this is financial advice. Please do not take it as financial advice. It's all speculative talk. And hopefully we come out winner.
Here's your mic's a little off. There you go.
Is it off?
Yeah, there we go. Now it sounds good. Yeah, guys, and like Beard says, this is pure speculation. Obviously, speculation. If you're ahead of the game, you're going to get the gains, but never financial advice on the Crypto King show, as well as Shill Tank. But this could be something with potential. But let's go ahead and pull up the Bitcoin chart. Where are we at, B-Roots?
I've not seen this. So we broke down out of that triangle that we talked about. You know, man, it's been a while since we talked about that because I remember talking about it right here. And I remember it was a gravestone doji. What chart was that on? There it is. That gravestone doji that we talked about. Could not get out of it. This is a bearish formation. So right here, I warned everybody at $30,000 that, hey, there's a very good chance we correct. And what did we do? We correct all the way down to 28.5, which was a target of mine. But I like this back out of it. So bring down, boom, got out of it, but we need to follow up with it. What you don't want is a gravestone doji, break down, go up, have a scam wick, and have another gravestone doji and close the week at 29,000. That would be ultra bearish to see 2 gravestone dojis in the same formation. In that position, I would say we're going back down, 25K. But as of right now, we're letting this week play out where it's only Thursday. So we still have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 more days to go. So hopefully we get a nice little blue candle. Some people like to say green candle. And this would just be a nice bull, bull pendant. So you're seeing basically elevator up, stare down, elevator up, stare down, elevator up. And I think if we take another elevator up, our next target that we would be looking at is right here. And it would happen sometime in the next couple of weeks. I think you're sitting at 34,000, 34.1. And bam, I think you're going to have a correction from here. And then come back here maybe. And then boom. And what do you know? This was put down here a long time ago. This section by the halving. And I started it off in October into November by April of next year. So we are actually slowly make our way up, come down, maybe another elevator up, peak into this area. So on par, what I see right here, that opened up at 17,124. So right there, seeing this. So right now it looks like that. So maybe we come down to 27.9, 28, bang, come down here to 31, 32, and then bang our way up there. So that's what I see right now that's playing out. So looks good so far. And 300-week moving average is sitting at 20,813.
Wow.
20,813. We have been
Aye.
We're talking about this 300-week moving average. Back up in here. January of 2022, December 2021, 2020, January 22. I made a tweet at 43,000. Said, look out for the 300-week moving average. It came all weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. There it is. Boop, boop, boop. Played with it, came down, tested. And it's our bull market average. So right there, that right there. As long as we're above that, we're bullish. There's no issues. And this thing is going up fast now. Because remember, it's the average of the last 300 weeks. So it's starting, what's happening is, what you're seeing happening is, it's starting to take away these weeks and starting to include these weeks also with it. So now, as these start dropping off and we start going higher, we got to go higher so that this can get a little higher as it starts incorporating these as the main weeks. So as we go higher, it evens out this, and this starts going higher and higher and higher. So that's what's happening in the last 300. I wish I could count very fast on how many 300 candles they are, but I'm guessing we're like probably like in this area. Maybe actually up in here. So we're counting. It's going to start going fast. That 300-week moving average. It's going to start going really fast. So looks good, man. Looks really good.
Looks bullish.
Yeah.
And I pulled a chart up the other day, viewers. I tweeted it out. I don't know if you would. I mean, it's just showing history of where we are at in this current time. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There it is. Just take a quick look at this, and then we can pull up the Pulsechain chart, or if you want to save that for later.
No, we can go right.
All right, check this out right here. This has obviously been going around Twitter. I didn't make this or anything, but this is, obviously the 4 last cycles, and just showing that we are at, basically right here and getting into the first bull, as they would say, where we start to get that elevator, like you said. And this is, right after the November, December time, we're going to go up. What do you think about this? Does history just continue to repeat itself? Obviously, look at this. We had a huge run up on these two. This one was a little bit less in the 2021 bull run. What's your thoughts on this?
You really don't need a chart to see it. It's pretty typical. Once the halving gets in, the price goes up for a year or two.
So why did Buck say there's no 4-year cycle?
Well, Buck's semi-retarded. Just like to say there's not a 4-year cycle when it's literally been happening since 2009. It's just 2008.
And it's so similar. I mean, it's so cyclical. Like if you really zoom out in this chart, it really puts it in perspective. Like,
now one of these times it's going to change.
The trend will break.
It will break, but the trend is your friend until the end. So you're dumb to fight against the trend and say, "Oh, this is the time." So you can be in 3 trends and be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then maybe you lose big on the 8th trend. Well, I won 7 other times. So I'm good. Like, why would I fight against it? Every single one fight against. You're losing out on money by fighting against the trend. So buck the schmuck. Buck the schmuck.
Buck the schmuck. All right, bro. Well, let's go ahead and pull up the Pulsechain chart because a
lot happened since we
a lot happened, bro. Like it capitulated, then it got bought back up. Then right before the movie came out last weekend, we were back up in the 8s. And obviously now we're sitting, last time I checked, 5.5, but yeah, a lot has happened indeed.
We'll do the wrap PLF, the die chart. We're on my die pans out there. Let's see here. Looks like it wants to roll over. All right. That no. Yeah,
hold on, viewers. Check out this comment. Money printing was happening during these years too, and the economy was on a 20-year high. No money printing means no crypto numbers up. Where's the money coming from? Everyone's broke.
No money. So if you really think the reason why the Bitcoin price came up because they're printing money and everyone's sending their stimulus checks into Bitcoin, you're lying to yourself. It was on a cyclical pattern and it did what it did. Now, people would like to find a narrative on why it does what it does, but those are the wrong people. They listen to the news and then look at the chart to see why it's doing. Me, I show you. You show me the chart, I will tell you the news. There's a reason why I was able to tell you to look at the 300-week moving average. To you, you would say, oh, the reason why it went down is because Celsius. The reason why it went down is because what other?
COVID.
Luna. The reason why it went down is because of this. No. I told you a year before it happened to look for a price based on the chart. People like to look at what happened and make that the reason for the chart. And those are the people who buy too late. It's that simple. They don't buy the lows and sell the highs. They buy the mids to the highs because they find out a reason why it's doing. They won't sell the highs because they need a reason to sell, and that reason is bad news, and it's already too late because the chart already suggests and shows that, and then you sell. Never win. Never win.
Even if you were looking on his perspective of, oh, well, the news matters, bro, you have Bitcoin and you have Bitcoin ETFs coming in. You have hedge fund money. Like, this is what we've been waiting for. Institutional money is going to come flowing in. And trust me, those guys aren't broke.
You want to know some history? I'll tell you some history of crypto. In his situation, the reason why Bitcoin went from $200 to $19,000 is because of Bitcoin being allowed to be traded on the stock exchange. You heard that on the day it got announced. Congratulations for listening to the news too late, and then the chart already did its thing. The reason why Bitcoin crashed and went all the way back down to $3,000 was because of the +1 token, the China scam. Congratulations. When it got announced, it was already at $6,000 from $20,000. So congratulations on the reason why, because I bet you didn't buy that because you thought it was going to go way, way lower. And for a day, it went to 3,000 and spiked right back up. You believe that the reason why Bitcoin went up from that point all the way up to 69,000 is because a country adopted it. Congratulations. I told you that was going to happen a year prior to it happening. But you decided to buy that news at $30,000. Congratulations on your 2x on Bitcoin. It probably should have been a 20x, but instead you heard the news and you got it at a 2x. You believe the reason why I went from 69,000 down to 15,000 is because of Luna and Celsius and this and SPF, and that's the reason. Congratulations. When it was at 40,000, I told you to watch out for the 300-week moving average. But you didn't hear about the Luna and all that stuff till about 20,000. And congratulations. You thought it was going to go lower. You thought 11K with Prey was going to go and it hit 15,000 and bounce right off the 300-week moving average. And you're still thinking 11K Prey is coming. Do not react to the news. Learn the charting stuff. It will help you out. So good cover right here. The news is always in the chart. Show me the chart and I'll show you the news. Another good lesson taught by B. Thanks, bro. 100%. I used to argue with these guys back in the day. Man. Back in the day, it was like, no, man, the money printing. There's too much, man. There's going to be a recession. There's the housing's going to crash. All right, guys. Good luck. Good luck to you. So yeah, Pulsechain. I don't know how we got off on that tangent, but share Pulsechain chart. Oh man. Talking about capitulation.
Oh gosh.
You know what this reminds me of though?
2020.
Wow. Hold on. Yo, this just came up. This is wow. This kind of acts like $10,000 Bitcoin. Back in 2020, 2021. I wish I could show both charts and be able to show. Are we able to show like two shared screens?
I think you can share your whole screen. Yeah, and then just make that one smaller and open up another browser.
And show the whole screen? Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be the only way.
Let me make sure I ain't got shit on here real quick. Got a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Naked pictures and shit. You never know.
Where the heck is...
Let me show you where I'm thinking of and zoom in on that. Oh, yeah, it does. It looks very similar. It is crazy. And the price kind of act the same way. Yeah. All right. Now let me go in here and try to show my whole screen here. You're going to see a lot of shit in the background, so please bear with me.
Bro, I'm actually having trouble finding the DAI chart right now.
Share screen, entire screen. Wait, how do I show the entire screen? Oh, there you go, entire screen. Of what the hell? Okay, bam. All right. Please don't mind my craziness, peeps.
There you go.
So what do you see? Do you see both? Do you see?
Yeah, I see both. It's kind of cut off.
Right now?
There we go. Yep.
Okay. All right. So this reminded me of this right here. So you see how it kind of went up and then kind of like went down and then faked. So I remember B saying, give me a price where it affects me. And that was the price of 7.7. So right here, we kind of had the same concept back then. And that was with 6,000, 7,000. So right here. So as you can see back here, play with it, broke down, came up with it, played with it, went up with the fake, and then pa. Very similar to how this acts. Went down a little bit, played with it, went up with it, played with it, went up, pa, and then started going up and off it went. So as you can see, bam, it went up, it went down, but by the time it went up again, it was already the halving. This was the halving time. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying this is it and we're just gonna go up and back from there, but it looks very familiar. It really looks exactly kind of like it. So I kind of like what I see right here, but I do feel it is possible we could really like roll over one more time, maybe down to here and then W out. What I don't want to see is a new low. We see another low, like that's something I would have to buy. However, what I do like seeing here is as the price goes down, so is the selling pressure. So you see these bars right here? This is a lot of freaking, you can see the sell price. This was the most since, man, like way back when. Most selling pressure since there, when Rackham sold. That just shows you how much was selling. And then as you went up, the buy pressure went up, but then people started selling off, but the pressure of it is low. See how like you can barely see a dot there? That's low. So this tells me that the sellers are pretty much all out. So it's almost time to reverse. So I could see like a fake out, but with low pressure. So if I see it going down with the pressure, like the sell pressure not going up, that's where I would buy those dips. I won't necessarily like to buy these because the selling pressure is high. But as I see it going down, the selling pressure getting lower, I want to buy that. It's as low as it's ever been almost. Yeah. It has not been this low ever in the history of the chain, except for the first 2 days. And why was it lower than the first 2 days? Because no one was buying. No one could buy. There was no bridge. So when I look at these levels, what happens after that? So I think buy pressure starts kicking in soon. Next couple of weeks. In my opinion.
Nice.
That's just a chart. Maybe it comes by with some news. Maybe the news is Richard Hart settles or something happens that's in the favor of Hex and Pulsechain. Maybe Richard Hart comes and streams, lets you know what he's going to do, and all of a sudden, the chart starts playing out. Show me the chart. I'll tell you the news. That's the point. So
yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, we saw like just a little buy the rumor, sell the news event with a movie. But, you know, like you said, Richard Hart, he's tweeting, but he's not really addressing what's going on. So, like you said, man.
Now we know why he hasn't been addressing. He's went in silent mode for a reason. That's what lawyers tell you to do, in my opinion. So I think this whole thing was plotted from the beginning. When I say plotted, it was going to happen, and he probably knew it was going to happen somehow, some way, and now he's probably plotting around it. So I think it was planned out the whole time, like not planned out to where he's like, okay, we're gonna release the thing. Okay, SEC, come get me. Like I don't think it was like that.
But he was tipped off. Said, all right, we're gonna get sued. This is what we're gonna do. Let me talk to my lawyers. We're going to deal with it this way. This is our approach, and let it happen.
I think he saw it coming from a mile away, so he was already ready for it, prepared for it. Secure 1 million pDAI Pulsechains. Not financial advice, not coming from us. We're just reading the comments. Richard Hart is #1 holder of DAI. That's a lot of leverage to bring Ethereum DeFi to Pulsechain. Doubles DeFi, and it runs cheaper and faster on Pulse. Well, we are going to get to that here in a bit. Let's talk.
Richard Hart knows. He's been watching. Richard Hart is in the stream.
Maybe he is. Welcome, Richard Hart.
Welcome. We are excited for the future of Pulsechain. We
come in peace.
Don't block us. Don't block B-Roots again.
For the third time.
B-Roots, I'm even having issues finding the DAI chart. Like
I'm in it right now. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so hard to type in DAI, get the Ethereum contract, copy that Ethereum contract, put it in the search bar, and then go on the left tab and select Pulse. Not rocket science, people. Y'all making it harder than what it is, man. Let me show you how I find the DAI chart. just by searching. I'm gonna type in DAI. Yeah, Number one's gonna come up. It's called Ethereum. So that's the DAI. It's at $1. You take this contract, you copy and paste that. You literally put that exact contract in there. And then on this left-hand corner, there's going to be chains that exact contract is on. There's Pulsechain. There's your DAI.
I've been on vacation, and it shows. And it shows. I was putting in DAI and hitting Pulsechain, and I was not putting in the contract. You're right, Beers. Shame me publicly.
Don't. I'm ashamed, man. I'm ashamed myself publicly. Look at who it is. All right. So, this thing just looks like a big U. A crazy U. And we're not going to talk about DAI right now. We're just going over the chart. To be honest with you, it's hard to do TA on a chart like this. It's been accumulated, blah, 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 blah. Rumors started speculating. It goes up. On a rumor chart, this thing could just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Or this thing could be debunked and come right back down to here. That's why it's speculation, peeps. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down.
Isn't that every chart?
That's every chart. But the point is you are listening to a story backed by some facts. It's got some facts on it. But it's a story. And the one thing I've learned the most about the blockchain, of all the people, trying to call B-Roots a scammer and B-Roots a pump and dumper and all this, is the blockchain will tell you one thing, and in your mind you can make up a story, but that does not mean that is exactly what's happening. So keep that in mind also as we talk about this stuff. So I am going to give my man Holonomics, I know he's listening probably. I'm going to give him the key. We're going to bring him on in about 15 minutes. He's going to be in the background listening to the show. 15 minutes, and he's going to explain to us. And B-Roots is going to break it down. We're going to break it down as if I'm not invested in it. I'm going to break it down as if I'm skeptical of it. I'm going to break it down and say, no, this can't be. No, this can be. No, this blah, blah, blah. And if the audience has a good question, I'm going to bring it up to be broke down. Because we ain't got no Richard Hart. We got a bunch of haters that are probably already making their own stable coins. So, they're going to be against it, obviously. Why wouldn't you?
Yep.
So I'm going to come at it at a non-biased perspective. I own Hex. I got Hex staked out 15 years, but I'll tell you the shit stuff about Hex all the time. Same thing with Pulsechain. Pulsechain looks rough right now, but I own Pulsechain. Dark looking good as a motherfucker, and I own me some dark. so it doesn't matter what it is. I will talk down on my bags for speculation purposes. All right.
What are these questions? Token sniffer is trash, though. Not a good pitch. Bro, what stream are you watching, bro?
Anything to you.
What stream is he watching, dude?
So what you're seeing right here, is a lot of back and forth going. A lot of greens and a lot of reds. A lot of greens, a lot of reds. And we're going to talk about that here in a bit. Next coin, my watch list. AI.com. I was interested.
Ooh, broke down.
This candle, I do not like that candle. When you see this candle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you see this, some people would say don't include this on the 6. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I see this, probably going to have some follow through. And then I was probably looking at this with a triangle of some sort. Yep. So you're looking at an ascending triangle going up while this is staying safe. It broke out of it. I do expect a retest, but as you retest, I expect it to go again and keep going. This is breaking down.
That doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good. Sorry about that.
Beard's pulling this bearish chart.
Hey, bro. I ain't just saying it is, man. Peppy, man. Little y'all know. Yeah, I'm in Peppy. I like Peppy. So the narrative of Peppy is the exact same narrative, real fast, of Sheena. Now, I like the female version of coins. If Peppy runs, I hate when they do that. They need to take that off.
Do what? Oh,
Peppy is Pepe's true love. Behind every successful man is a woman. So very large. So very, very like obviously a derivative of Peppy. Peppy has to do good for Pepe, or Pepe has to do good for Peppy to do good.
He's got to provide.
So when I see this chart, though, I like it because we went up, went down as if any other coin did, but then bam, banged up, came back down, and it's kind of like holding that $1 million market cap. What I also see is a trend line being formed. Maybe something like that since it broke down. Yeah, because it broke down, got back above it, played it with a little bit, broke down, played it with a little bit, broke out of it. So that's the perfect trend line for it. So bam, and now it's holding on to this trend line. But once again, Pepe has to do good. Instead of $1 million market cap, I like to buy right on the trend lines. Like, for example, if you bought right on this trend line, you'd have bought it at a 500,000 market cap. And every time you go up and you hit the trend line again, you're at like a double. So maybe you go up, and the next time you hit the trend line, maybe you're over here. Now you're sitting on a 4x. So that's what I like to like. There's no better time than do trend lines. So Pepe, big Pepe.
All right, now pull up the big guns.
I will. Shut up, bro.
Oh man, you going through
Flurky? Yeah, I was watching it. Don't mess with that.
He's still stuck in 8 mode, bro. You need to chill.
Sniff. I like Sniff, bro. And look at this. It needed to come back down here. And look how hard it just poof. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I'm in that
5,
one.
6. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bam. Sell that. Sell that retest. Woof. Woof. Retested this line. This needs to be retested. Why does it need to be retested? Let me make it look a little easier for you. Bam. Bam. Look at it now. Up, down, up, played with it, went down, up, down, broke out of it. When you break out of it, I want to see a retest. But no, it said, nope, you're not getting a retest. Nope, you're not getting a retest. This is a magnet. It is a magnet. And we hit it. Bam. It back up. There it is. And that was on the 12 hours. So I've been noticing the six count happening on the 12 hours later than the dailies. Especially if it goes up that high. That's a good retest. It needs to go now, though. Oh, light. I've been looking at light. Looks good. Do some more research on light. But I'm not in it. But it does look good. I'm going to delete that shit. Hex. Hex. Of course, someone sells as soon as I bring it up. Who wants to sit there and sell $10 million of Hex? Come on, bro.
Yeah, no, right now.
I think it needs to retest this area right here. So just as I said, it needs to retest the breakdown or the break up. It needs to retest the breakdown. So I think we're going to, visit 1.8 at some point in time, and what we do from there, we'll see. But it doesn't look bad. Just like Pulse, it's the exact same chart as Pulse. Eli, we talked about that. Alyssa AR, this chart, bullish. Bullish. The only AR project. This is part of my 30 for 30 deal. I put this in my 30 for 30 portfolio. It's a first mover AR project, and I like what I see right here. So that's cool. Check that out. Dart, thing I've been talking to you about since the 700,000 market cap. Man, look at this line. Hit to the exact T. Ascending triangle. Bam, broke out of it. See, try to get out of it. Nope. Try to get out of it. Nope. Try to get out of it. Nope. Bam, broke out of it. But this is the triangle. This is the magnet. Finally. It's a magnet. It's going to come back here.
No.
It already
Not if that bot comes out.
It already did, dude. Damn, you like an emotional little cat.
Well, I thought you said it's coming back right now.
No.
Bro.
Look at that
bot. If that bot comes out and it retested,
came back down and retested that line. So we should have. What I did, you buy that. I bought it. You buy that. What happens? Boop, 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 boop. Sitting at 75 cents. I won't give you any targets.
I mean, the real thing is with Dark, and I'm in Dark, been in it for a while. Obviously, you guys seen it doesn't really get that much engagement. I don't know why. It's not a meme. The community just doesn't go crazy. But if the bot is delivered and does even close to what it's trying to do, this thing is going to go. I mean, this thing.
Well, it's not close. It needs to do it or not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
it ain't doing it. It ain't getting close.
It's trying to steal from Jared. I mean, did you talk about what it's going to do?
I mean, we talked about this way too many times. Y'all see my tweets. Y'all see the tweets. If you don't, hey, at this point, I ain't got no pity for you. I don't got no pity for you if you didn't, but I don't care. But
yeah,
our line is like, I've been talking about it since the 700,000 market cap. I got in and I said, hey, this thing's a first mover. I remember the tweet like it was yesterday. I thought I might have gotten too high at 700. It was down in here. Where was it? Yeah, this candle right here is when I talked about it.
Yeah.
So, no, actually,
you got in under a million. Under a million.
So
it's under a million.
Either way, people look at it like, oh, it's going already. Yeah, you don't understand. Like, you'll get it. You'll get it when it's too late. It's just like that dude that was talking about the news. Yeah. You'll buy it when it's too late because you'll listen to the news and then you'll be like, oh, my gosh, it does that. Wait a second. You telling me I could have had 5,000, 10,000 coins all in? My cash out plan runs into the billions. Just put it that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit. But my cash out plan will make profit too. So either way, I'm going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm already up. Lost meme coins.
Yeah. Well, are you pulling anything else up?
All right. About to give you the link.
Can I pull up a coin? It's a little controversial.
Hold on. Let me give him the link first so I can look to see what's going on. Invite, copy. Bam. Stop screen. All right, give me the controversial.
All right. I know a lot of people are seeing this, and obviously we roasted our guy, Paulie. Paulie is
junk up, bro. Ain't nobody in this shit.
Dude, they are, man. I know you haven't been following it, but this was a fair launch, Pond Coin. And it was interesting because everyone thought it was a scam because he did put a contract address, but it wasn't. You were not supposed to buy on Uniswap. And obviously it was a fair launch. It went up. It came way back down almost to the launch price, and then this thing just took off. A lot of volume around it. Right now sitting at 4.23 million in volume. You know, it's highly speculative. It's kind of a social experiment. I think we've obviously roasted Paulie about the Pulsechain thing. He hated on Pulsechain. He took it pretty well.
Wait, what happened to the? I don't want to hear about this. What happened to the scam coin that he launched?
He didn't launch a scam coin.
So who was all part of that scam?
So what he did is, do you see that? Oh no, I gotta switch over. I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Bro, we're losing people as we speak about this dumb coin.
All right, he launched this website. Basically, you had to come in here and you had to mine. Now, if anyone's out there knows about this, I forgot to claim because I was on vacation. It was on this computer. I did it through a different whole different wallet. He put the address out there, which he probably shouldn't have done that, but he also put this website up. And you had to come here and you had to mine, and you didn't get anything. And the tokens disappeared, but then it came back and you could claim. Claiming's over, and now you're going to spawn. So I don't know what it is. It's very speculative. It's kind of mysterious.
Bro, you didn't answer the question, bro. Were you even here for that?
Yes, bro. He put this website out. He put this website out, and he put an address out, and everyone
went after the address, and then rug pulled.
Yeah, but that wasn't the coin. I don't know why he put the address out. Honestly,
the coin. That's what I'm saying. Like, whatever happened to that?
This is the coin.
Yeah, you ain't answering no questions, bro.
Honestly, I haven't been.
I'll have to figure out what happened because there's something that happened to a coin where a bunch of people put a bunch of money into it that he gave out, and the price tanked and went to zero. Basically, he obviously had something to do with that. That's what I'm asking you. Unless you're just sweeping it under the rug and it never happened.
No, it's like you said. You're right. There was an address that he put out, but you were not supposed to buy through Uniswap.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to buy through a desk.
He never gave directions not to after it was already too late.
He didn't.
So
but
did he fuck up or did he not fuck? There's a lot of money that was lost. A lot.
There was a lot of money that was lost, but everyone who mined through the website is up to like a 7x right now.
That's a sweep under the rug. Oh yeah, we're at $95. But everyone who got
you should go on his stream and talk to him about it. It's because
talking to that dude. Dude's a freaking weirdo.
So look, if you mined, you missed P next mine, then you can claim PND NDC. Okay, or DC. All right.
That's the thing, man. My question was regarded strictly to the rug. And
someone made a scam contract out on his thing. I don't know. It wasn't him though. And he wanted everyone to go through that. He should have put that in the beginning. He didn't. That was probably a big mistake because a lot of people did get rugged. But scammers are watching.
Not rugged. I think the word. Well, it was a rug because someone provided liquidity and freaking wiped the hell out of that thing.
You mine
that's a rook.
PNDX and then claim PND. Okay, so you have to mine PNDX, and that was, I think, the contract you were supposed to mine, and then you claim your pawn token.
Too much, bro. What does it even do?
I mean, it's same contract. Someone added liquidity before Poly or anyone, and then they rugged it. So someone added liquidity to it before he did.
So that's a straight up rug. Like, yeah. I don't know,
anyways,
man.
we'll move on. As I said, it's highly controversial.
What does this coin do, man? What does this coin do?
I think it's going to add liquidity to Pepe. And honestly, I don't know that much because I don't follow it that much, and I've been on vacation. I didn't claim I would have like 3 ETH. That I only put a couple, like 0.2 in. Hopefully, I'll be able to spawn. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of a social experiment. I did it for fun.
Bro, is it like a freaking NFT? Now you're like changing it.
Spawn.
No, like it.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Let's get where we got 185 people in here. We ain't coming here to talk about no dang Pepe and some Poly. Hey.
Nah, dude. Honestly, if he came on the show, I bet you guys we would vibe. But it's all good, man. He's exposing a lot of shady stuff, and if you listen to his. What's that?
Including the shady shit he's doing.
I don't think it's shady, bro. PNDX was the LP that rugged, which wasn't his, but the PNDC, which is the pond, is legit.
So we officially have a pond maxi right here.
Hey, I'm a Gaines maxi. I'm a Gaines maxi, and you should be too. And stop hating on Zuka because he's a Gaines maxi, and I don't mess around with him.
That thing is a 10x, bro. Congratulations. You're risking way too much for 10x. Well, you're not risking because you mine.
I put 0.2 in as a social.
Anyone that buys them now,
I hear that.
They're bullish. I'd rather buy Pepe, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, all right. We got Holonomics in here. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're getting to the nitty gritty. Hold on. Let's see if I got something for you. Give him a little intro. Do we got a little intro for him? We might not.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Perfect background. That's horrible.
What is that, bro?
Sorry,
what is this? Is this a playlist you put on when your wife's here?
No,
what the heck is this, bro?
What about night driving?
Even worse.
No. There you go. Let's bring him up there.
Hello.
Yo. What is up?
Right, never again.
What's good, guys? How are y'all doing? That was fun.
We're good. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here and flattered to be here. Thank you guys for bringing me on and taking a look at everything that's going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just throw it out there, man. From the beginning, I remember it was me, Ian. I won't bring the other people up because I don't know if they want to be mentioned, but 3 other guys at the launch. And Wrap Bitcoin was being heavily speculated on. And, it was late night. I got on the phone and I said, the one coin that nobody sees that's going to be big is pDAI. And I said, I don't know why, but all of a sudden, Richard Hart became a pDAI, a DAI maxi almost, like out of nowhere. DAI this, DAI that, holding all the stable and DAI, like just DAI. And I was like, I think DAI is the big sleeper. And that was that one tweet I did. I bought some DAI that day, and I just never looked back at it.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it. I just bought it and I speculated and I said, you know what? It is what it is. We'll just go with it.
Right.
That shit was even lower. I didn't even think nothing of it. But here comes the crew of people just out of the blue. I'm in Vegas. I'm seeing it every now and then. I come back, I hear it, and then all of a sudden this pDAI Telegram or Twitter group comes in, says something to me, and I'm like, what in the world is going on here? Because this is all I'm hearing. And you guys, it almost seemed like y'all were yelling at the top of your lungs, but nobody was listening.
Yeah, it's starting to now though. It's starting to come on. It's starting to get some traction. But yeah, it seemed that way for a little while. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's kind of how it all started. Very similar. So I'm actually an XXRP maxi. I always just like to say that because what got me excited about Pulsechain really was the PRCs, right? I came over here to pump and dump, right, to ride the launch and get out, go buy more XRP. That was always the plan. And then I found the PRCs and I was like, whoa, like something's going on here. And I just really fell in love with the ecosystem and everything, and was able to get some more XRP. So got to win there, but I decided to stick around. So started listening to Sami, all this stuff. And even he started kind of mentioning, there might be some liquidity pools that come out for this. And I was like, there's got to be some stuff here. This is interesting. So then there was a PRAP Bitcoin group, lots of people in there. And then we decided, when RH launched the farms, what was that, about a month ago? Then we created a separate group for all of just the PRC speculation, right? It's a private group. There's about 150 people that joined. And that's just kind of how it started. We would just be on top of it, like, oh, there's a new logo on Pulsex, right? Like anytime there was a new logo that would come up for the copies, our group was like the first group that was on it. We had a list of all the different PRCs, how much liquidity they have, like contract addresses, all this crazy stuff. And then it just kind of, as a joke, we were like, hey, it's got to be pDAI, right? Like pDAI is completely a joke. We changed our name to the pDAI Pantheon. And everyone just kind of did it as a joke. But I think everyone kind of had this pipe dream of like, hey, maybe there is something interesting. Then we had these two guys, and I wish they could be here. These are the guys with the bulk of the data. They've sent me a lot. I'll try to transfer it to you as best as I can. But there's two guys, 9 Iron Capital and Mewtwo, who have spent the last probably 2 to 3 weeks, every free moment they've had, just digging through the scanners, trying to figure out what's going on between bridges. And they have found just some absolutely crazy stuff. They figured out that basically the deployer bot for the whole chain is the bot that minted the pDAI, right? Like one of the questions we always had when we were just, why is the pDAI supply on ETH so much higher, right? Like, can someone just randomly mint out of thin air? That's kind of scary. Well, so then they started trying to find it, and they're like, oh, we found it. It's actually the AMM deployer bot. Like, that's super weird. So then it just kind of started getting them going. And since then, they have just been all over the place. And what's interesting about that transaction, if I can show it to you guys, let me do a share screen.
Yeah. You might have to allow him to share it.
But what's interesting about it is this transaction took place like before the chain was even open. So it's seemingly like whoever is like when the chain launched privately, it was on May 11th. We had access May 13th. On May 11th, like one of the first things that happened was this deployer bot minted a ton of pDAI. Like, why? Like, there could be a ton of different reasons. So again, and I really liked how you said it earlier, this is all speculation. One tweet could, blow the whole thing up versus, one tweet could also send it to the moon, right? It's kind of a walking a fine line. So it could be something else, right? We don't know exactly what's going on. I need to be very transparent about that. But the AMM deployer bot minted a ton of pDAI as like one of the first things. So it seems to be that it's some sort of initiative with pDAI going on there, right? And so that's kind of how it all started. And then, they started looking at the maker transactions. They're the maker contracts, right? And the maker contracts, in order to mint pDAI and for it to stabilize and all that, it's got to be on, it works through the maker contracts and all that. Well, those contracts also forked over, and they also work on Pulsechain. And there are it does seem to be working. There are transactions of minting and burning, and it's doing things that are specific to Pulsechain. There's literally only Pulsechain transactions, but there's no oracle, right? So it's kind of broken. There's no price feeds in order for everything to work. So we've even chatted with devs about it. Devs are like, I mean, yeah, theoretically an oracle could be built, and it could potentially have something to do with balancing and collateralization and all of that stuff. I'm not a stablecoin expert, right? There's all sorts of weird stuff. There's all this forked over collateral pool that also exists from Maker, right? So there's all this just stuff, right, going on. But yeah, that's how it all started. There's even more I can get into, but figured I'd kind of stop right there, give you guys a chance to ask any questions and make sure everybody's on board.
Did you guys know that all wallets don't show up right away with Pulsechain?
What do you mean?
So the wallets on the PRC20 tokens, they're actually still being generated as showing up onto like Pulsechain. So when you look at the token holders, over time it gets added into it. So I don't think that matters. That you just kind of threw out when you said, "Hey, why is the supply higher on Ethereum than it is on Pulsechain?" That's for every single PRC20 token. They're going to be different because the database is slowly increasing and adding them in, and that could take years to do.
Interesting.
I don't know if that has anything to do with anyone's philosophy, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Right.
It's not trying to break down the storyline. It's just that you threw that out there. And I just
yeah. So does that mean like the PW, BTC, and Pepe? Those are also inflating. Yep. So those are going to have higher supplies than what was on E.
Correct. In the beginning, it's like, oh yeah, I'm number 20 holder. But as it starts like adding that data into it, like I slowly get like dropped down as a holder. So if you look, it's usually like every day. If you look, like it's just more and more gets added into it.
Interesting.
So kind of keep that in mind. I don't think that has anything to do with obviously. Yeah. I what got me interested and turned my head because I was like, I don't know. I was like, it's a good storyline. It's possible. Like I get it. But then you said the OA has been transacting afterwards or just beforehand. Like, is the OA doing stuff now with that address?
So which address? So this is the thing, right? I wish we had Nutu on here that like these are the guys that like have all of the spreadsheets and everything. We've got like we've been dealing with like dozens of addresses and all this stuff. So which one are you talking about?
The OA, so the origin address, like any origin addresses, anything like that.
So the one that we found that is doing activity recently is this weird Atropa token. And so this one is the OA is the minting, right? That's what we had specifically had seen right there. But there's this other weird person, and we're trying to get to the bottom of this particular token as well. It's called Atropa. It seems to be some sort of weird balancing token between all of these chains, or like between all of the different like PRC stables, between PLS, but somebody created this, and this may be what you're talking about, how the supply keeps inflating, but they keep on buying pDAI like in a large amounts, and USDC, and then what they're doing is they're adding pDAI to this Atropa pool, the last burn, and then they're burning it. The last burn was like 6 days ago. And up to this date, they've burned about 400,000 just in the pDAI pool, almost 1 million all across all of the Atropa pools. So Atropa, random token, nobody's advertised it, and it's paired with like 25 different tokens on Pulsechain. And most of them are in the stable coins, and then there's some in PulseX, and then there's like a ton of weird, obscure ones with like an upside down R and like some Chinese lettering. You're like, what the heck is going on here? There was a Pulse Kitten one that they had, but it's really interesting that they're buying in large quantities, and then they're burning this supply, and it's the largest holder of all of these different PRC stablecoin copies by a long shot. So what they've been doing, the researchers have been doing, the 9iron and Nutu, like they're going through all of these, like all of the different wallets that sacked. There's another thing that they found that's called a home omni bridge. It seems to be a private bridge, and you guys can look it up. Just type in the Explorer home omni bridge. There's 2 of them. It seems to be a private bridge that doesn't really have data that the normal bridge has. The normal bridge is called the foreign omni bridge. That's what we can use. And there's a lot more data. We can see exactly a little bit more about what's going on. There's this home omni bridge that once money is sent to it and it goes out to ETH or whatever, it's kind of a black hole. We don't really know what's happening. But what the researchers have been doing is they're finding all the top wallets from the PLS sacrifice, because you can't get the PLS wallets like right now, but you can see who sacrificed, and the PLSX wallets. And they're siphoning through to see who has sent money to these 2 home omni bridges. Like, because why would anybody send money there? And so far they found that there's like 30, 40 different wallets that have done it. And it's about $2.5 million or so worth of PLS and PLSX and just different things that they've sent to that. And then it kind of disappears. And then so we've got this Atropa side on the backside, where this person is somehow just getting all of these funds. Somehow people are trying to figure out where these funds are coming from, and they're supporting these PRCs somehow. So that's kind of where we're at with everything. Again, yes, all speculation. It's a lot of theory here, but there's somebody who knows a lot about blockchain. And I'll tell you something else about weird that's about Atropa too. It seems to have some sort of bot functions that balance out the Atropa chart and all of the stablecoin charts. So like if you go look at all of the PRC stablecoins, their chart is almost identical. Maybe that's just a function of the market. Again, like that may not be Atropa, but Atropa is also doing these things where when like large buys happen, Atropa comes in and will do some the owner bot for Atropa will come in and like do some sales and then start redistributing. So it's just like weird. And honestly, I would love to encourage anybody listening to go and prove us wrong. Like we want as much people researching on this as possible to find stuff. Join the Telegram. If you could post the Telegram, the public Telegram link in the chat, I'll send it to you in our private here.
I get that.
But yeah, come on in. I mean, like scrutinize what we're doing. I mean, this is new. We're kind of in the middle of this. Like that's where it's at right now, and we're trying to connect all these like weird, like little hubs of data that we have, if that makes any sense.
Okay. So you guys not sure what Atropa is doing. We're seeing the price go up, what, 20, 30% a day as of late?
For Atropa?
Both of them. They seem like the charts are very similar.
Yeah, the Atropa chart and DAI chart is almost identical. And so, yeah, I mean, whenever DAI goes up, Atropa's going up. And so, who knows what it is, but Atropa also has more liquidity in it than market cap. So there's just like weird stuff, like at the pDAI Atropa pair specifically.
Scam for me.
Hey,
I see that off the bat. Well, here's the thing: it never really holds it.
What do you mean?
If it's a scam, when I do see that, it usually ends up getting like rug pulled. It almost gets beginners, and then usually rug pull, but it never lasts long.
Right.
So the fact that this is lasting this long,
well, it's all burned. All of the supply in the pDAI Atropa pair is 100% burned. So somebody
there's no chance of a rug pull.
No, there's no chance. If I can do a share screen, I can show you like that.
Yeah, share your screen. Just click present, share screen, and we'll just accept that on the bottom.
Okay.
So there's no so a single person cannot rug this. The only way it rugs is if people sells a bunch.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Okay, so let's check out the Atropa pair here. So you can go to the pair right here and go to the Explorer. And you can see this is the actual token holders. It's all in the burn wallet. There's this one here, and that's the PLSX buy and burn. So, and then the person burning it is this 414 wallet. Can I see that? Find that really quick. Yeah, token burning. So you can check on this. It happened 6 days ago. 6 days ago. So they'll come in and they'll mint the LP. They'll make that. Sometimes they transfer it in and then they burn it. And so this one is, oh, this looks like it is. Yeah, there's just so many different wallets. There's a 414 wallet that has been doing the vast majority of all of this burning. And so I can try to go find that here. But anyways, you can see it's all burned. So somebody is just coming in and burning all of the supply. And that's the case for all of the Atropa pairs. The vast majority of them are, at least the stable coins, they're all burned. And they're all like interacting with each other on large buys and sells to a degree that I'm not like the coder and the researcher, but like I've seen these transactions. It's like, look, after this happened, like, why did all of this, like, and then it'll just go off and buy like the weird upside down R, like that's part of the bot. So we don't know what's going on, right? Like that's where it's at. You know, it's very interesting.
So what makes you think this thing, the reason for it is to get it pDAI to $1? Is that a narrative, or could it just be an AMM bot just doing its thing with PRC20s and adding liquidity? Could that be what it's doing? And just in general, just adding liquidity to all the PRC20s?
Well, potentially, but it's got 50% of its funding. This Atropa creator and all the pools, basically 60% of the money that it has is going into pDAI, and there's 25 different pairs. Some of them have like $1 in liquidity, but it's just interesting. Like it's all going for, or not all going, but the vast majority of it seems to be going into pDAI. And so again, yeah, you just start. It's just, again, this is the pegging theory is all speculation. There's nobody that's confirmed that. There's a lot of stuff that has to happen. But I mean, I think just theory is RH has all that DAI. You know, he has leverage on Maker. I mean, he really does. If he dumps that DAI, you know, Maker and that whole ecosystem could be vulnerable. So it kind of just, it seems natural and almost more than plausible that Maker would be doing some stuff on Pulsechain. Again, theory, speculation, just those are the things. RH has also said that he has some cool tech shit specifically for, like, he literally said, I got some cool tech shit for you. And so it's just weird. And what we're seeing, and if you look at the way this plays out, this person that's adding this LP to this pDAI Atropa pair, it's also the largest holder of pDAI by far. And also, we've connected that all of those wallets that are sending funds to the home Omni Bridge also has a ton of pDAI. And so where was I going to go with that?
Have you ever checked their Ethereum wallet?
Yes. Yeah. Well, this one, I know I checked this one here a second ago. Which one was this one for? We have been. Yes. So like if you go to DBank, this is the 414 wallet. This is the one that's doing most of the minting and burning for stuff. And so we've been kind of checking on here and going back and forth between ETH and Pulse. It's a little bit easier here. But yeah, yes, we have. It's just interesting to kind of see it all go back and forth.
So they're only dealing with DAI, Hex, PulseX, Pulsechain, and I guess that's what Hedron, Icosa, Pulse Doge.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff. I mean, he's had Pulse Kitten in here. He's had, like, it's weird. And so this doesn't even have all of the ones that are like obscure. I wish there's again.
My downside to that is, man, what in the world would Richard Hart be doing with Pulse Kitten?
Yeah, he sold it actually for pDAI recently. So, but yeah, we don't know. You're right. There's just some head scratchers, 100%. But there's some positive things. There's still some questionable things. Again, there's more people now that are really trying to find that direct link between this wallet and the home Omni Bridge. If we can find that, that's pretty much what we need. But, and this is what I was going to say. It's also weird. So if this wallet keeps buying pDAI and adding to this Atropa pool and burning, right, just kind of keeps doing it, by the time, like, there's already 2 billion pDAI in that pool. So 2 billion pDAI is burned in the largest holder, largest liquidity pool for this. It seems like it, again, theory, speculation, it could be some sort of backstop of liquidity for the chain as it does climb and people want to dump, because it's going to have more liquidity and more tokens in there than any of the holders by the time it's said and done. I mean, there's already 200,000 in there. So I mean,
so how much I've got an idea. How it's just popped up. How much DAI does Richard Hart have?
He's got 250 million of eDAI. And
so
then
could it be possible? And I'm just gonna throw this speculation out here, people. I'm just throwing it out here. Don't get on me about this. But could it be possible? And you said DAI is what's being burned? pDAI?
pDAI
or Atropa is what's being burned.
The pool, the liquidity pair. So the Atropa and pDAI pair is being burned.
Could it be possible that he brings it all the way down to $250 million worth of pDAI at $1, and then it's officially backed?
It could be. I mean, that's something that people are speculating, is maybe this Atropa thing is something that kind of supersedes Maker. We don't know. Like, are they working together? Is it something that's just going to support pDAI? Because again, it's also supporting the other stables. Like, if you look at it, they're all mirroring each other and they're all going up in tandem because this Atropa pool is moving liquidity between them. So, and the other reason, the other thing too, is if you look at the PLS versus all of these stable coins, the chart instead of the USD chart here, I'll just pull it up right here.
And just while you're doing that, one thing, Zuka had a good point that the Pulse kitten was an airdrop to Pulse holders.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. That might be it. So this is the PLS chart. This was at like 0.1, like 2 months ago on June 8th. So this is up 230x essentially since then, and it got way up here. So this has been the best performing chart against PLS on the entire chain. And so this is V2 here. Let me go to V1. So, and you can just see it's gorgeous
for sure.
It's crazy. And the reason is because somebody just keeps buying a ton of pDAI throughout all of this, and they're pumping this, right? It's the community's caught on now, and our little Telegram group did a little bit, but we're nothing compared to this Atropa person who just buys a ton and then burns the LP. So that person is the one that is supporting these charts this particular way.
Whoever created the Atropa coin.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So what's the worst case that can happen? Can that person who created the Atropa coin just dump all the DAI and that's it? It just freaking goes.
Yes. So I mean, if you look here, he's got 400. So he's got 65,000 in here right now. And there's some other interesting things about this liquidity too. I'll tell you in a second. But he's got 65,000 in here, right? Maybe he dumps this, but what's the point of dumping that when you've already deposited 200,000 in LP? It's just weird. It seems like this is more
making money back, at least get 5x or something.
Well, and he's I mean, there's only 60K in liquidity currently.
That's the other thing too. So the way that this liquidity seems to be working is it seems to go in tiers, right? So it goes to the chart reaches a certain market cap, and then the liquidity seems to stabilize at a certain level, even though the market cap goes up and down. And it does that for periods, and the liquidity will go up and down, but there are periods where it seems to stabilize despite chart action. And if you pay attention to it over time, you'll see that. We've been noticing it as a group. And so it seems to be that they're doing this as a way to almost discourage big dumps from all these people who are doing it. And so they're slowly doing it. So as people are growing, we can't really dump our whole bag. Yes, we could dump the chart, we can't really dump the whole bag. And so there's not a ton of liquidity, as you can see right now, which is great for pumps, you know, and there's ways to provide liquidity after pumps and to encourage that and incentivize that. So again, who knows? But then the Atropa pair has a ton of liquidity. So like, again, it's all these spider webs. Like, I feel like that guy, the meme with the guy, he's like, oh, I got all the sunny, always sunny Charlie. I got all this stuff back here. Like, it's like, so yeah, that's where it's at right now. And
is it possible? So let's just say the speculation happened. I'm sitting on $25 million worth of DAI. It gets to $1. I'm sitting on $25 million. Now, we got 204 people in this chat, and I would guarantee that at least 202 people would sell that $25 million worth of DAI.
Right.
Like, how does that make sense? And how is it all of a sudden back if it finally gets $1 and everybody's like, see ya, I'm out. Matter of fact,
Right.
if it gets to 50 cents, I would probably say 75% of these people would like,
Oh, if it gets to a
But
penny,
then
people
what
are
happens?
dumping. Yeah,
But
definitely.
then what happens? Like, is the project over? Is there a way to like make it happen? To like, is there any speculation on that to make it stay at $1?
Yeah.
Where
So
like,
yes, there is, and that's a concern. That's a valid concern. That is, I'll just say the concerns. The concerns of this Atropa person is just a scammer somehow, right? The other concern is what the heck happens when this stabilizes and everyone's just like a newly minted millionaire and they want to dump, right?
well, how does it stabilize first off, and then what happens once it's stabilized? That's probably
Well,
the best.
so yeah, so how does it stabilize? So I mean, really, that depends on the oracle. So there's a lot of weird things, right? So there's a couple things that I'm not an expert enough on to answer, but there's already collateral in the maker DAO contract on Pulsechain. So there's that dynamic. We've also got the dynamic of there's, the no oracles essentially. So there's already like some working stuff, some not working stuff, but essentially from the devs that we've talked to, as soon as an oracle is built for it, it should start working to stabilize. So ideally, we would need to pump it to something, and then from there they activate these oracles. So that is the theory on how it could potentially be stabilized. And then there's also this $250,000 on the back end that RH has, which could be deployed in creative ways. Again, speculation, we don't know. So then once it is stabilized, what happens? How does it stay there? And that's one of those things where, like, if this is the plan, we would have to assume that and it's RH. If this is the plan and this is RH, we'd have to assume that he thought about this as well. And I'm thinking that's what Atropa is, because that's what that liquidity pool is for, is that's going to be super freaking thick to where the point of, even if somebody dumps 100 million, it'll see a little bit of a drop, but it's not going to be anything crazy, because think about it. They're adding pDAI to that pool over time. So again, there's already 2 billion in there. They're buying like thousands of dollars a week. And so it's going to be getting up into the probably $4 or $5 billion just specifically in that pool by the time it reaches parity. And so that is kind of an interesting little backstop right there. And then when you sell into the Atropa charts, some interesting things happen on that side. So again, speculation, theory, but and that's one of the things that we do need to see happen in order for this to play out properly, is there has to be something that we don't know about yet that RH has thought of and is ready for.
All right, it's Coach Talk. It's Coach. Talk about the spec of it becoming a farm for ink by RH, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. What's up, Coach? So I mean, the farms for ink is that's a way to add liquidity, right? So RH, we all know that he pumped Hex with low liquidity, right? And then it crashed because it had low liquidity. So one of the things that could be done to support this is, at a certain level, he could be like, hey, we're going to add an ink pair. And then we saw what that did to the charts, but on the other PRCs, it shot them to the moon. But it also it fortifies it. It adds a lot more liquidity into these. So that way on the downside, there's not as much risk. So it provides a lot more upside, But if RH was to offer an ink pool at the right time, he could limit the downside. And then on top of that, there's this giant freaking pool of Atropa in the background, which seems to have some sort of mysterious purpose that we just don't know about yet.
I know one thing, regardless of what this ends up being, this could be a massive way to burn Pulse and Pulse X too.
Yes.
It's just freaking transacting. If you just watch it, it's just consistently transacting over and over and over and over again.
It's crazy. It's very weird.
Volume. It's not a lot. It's not a ton of volume, but it's enough volume to like just keep going every day, like 400, 500K worth of volume. Like that could be doing some big things. Yeah.
And as more liquidity comes in and it hits, once it reaches 100K, start to catch the eyes of some more whales. And if you look at even on the pair that's not the big liquidity pool pair. Okay, wait. I mean, yeah, actually the liquidity on this is actually still better than most of the other PRC tokens. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's better than pretty much all of them except for maybe Pepe. I think it's even better than Pepe right now. I can't remember. But it's great. The spread is good. The top two holders are liquidity pools compared to a lot of these other ones. It's like holders from ETH or whatever. So there's just a lot more room for dumpage. This one, there's just a lot less room for that because it's not like people like, if you just go look at the holders, you can see that it's a lot more protected than the other PRCs.
Yeah, and I looked at the Ethereum DAI, and not many people held 100 million DAI. So
there's a lot on the Pulsechain side.
Yes, there is. When I look at, not including the LPs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9. There's 29 people who hold 100 million or more DAI. 100 million is 0.5% of supply. Yep. Hey, and Richard Hart always said there are going to be whales, newly created whales through PRC 20s. He didn't always say that in his videos. So, that's why when I hear it, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to never say never, but I'll speculate on it.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, if you want to go, I mean, I'm not telling you to go all in, but I mean, $100 will get you like $1 million, It's like it's worth a small punt, even if you got some qualms or you want to do more research. I mean, do your research even before you want to punt. I would encourage that too. But just the upside is worth a small investment without a doubt, in my opinion. And I think we're seeing a lot of people do that. But shoot, we're seeing some people just go no holds bar. But yeah, what's interesting too is the LP is what am I trying to say here? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. I was looking at these addresses here. Yeah, I would be interested to see. This is what I was going to say, right? So this is just things to monitor. How much? So this top pool here, right? How much of this can it backstop the rest of all of these people who want to dump, right? So right now this is 9% of supply. If they can get this up to bigger numbers, this particular pool could be what kind of gets everybody, I don't want to say saves everybody, but provides that backstop for everybody to liquidate. And so who knows? I mean, this is just, and it's super duper weird. If you start to think about the math of how this has to work, I think there's 19 million pDAI. So yeah, or 19 billion, what is this, billion, 19 billion. So that means that the market cap just on this little pDAI would have to be 19 million if it stabilizes, which means that the pair on Atropa would also be
19 billion?
19 billion, yes, 19 billion, which also means that the pair on Atropa would be that high, which also means that, well, we'll leave USDC and USDC out, but essentially they would both have to kind of mirror each other with the way this is going. And if the charts keep going exactly the same, then you have two tokens on this chain that are both in the top 10 in market cap right now on the entire crypto network too. So what's that going to do to the Pulsechain market cap and the ecosystem and the liquidity that's going to be then, you know, funneled into Pulse and PulseX and all of that other stuff? It just seems to me like there's some like high craft wizardry here, and really the end game is actually to pump Pulsechain. This is part of it. But it just seems to me like we always hear Sami talk about the spear. Like this seems to me like this might be the spear that kind of kicks everything off. And I've heard. Well, go ahead.
What is the? How do I say this? Is there a timeline? So you guys are talking timeline, things like that. Is there a timeline they're saying based on what they see that it could hit $1 if it was doing the same thing every day?
Yeah, I mean, if it goes up, if it goes up, if it's doing what it's doing every day, I mean, it's been going up probably 2 to 3x every couple days, right? I mean, it wouldn't take long, like a couple of weeks, right? Like when you start looking at these numbers and just when you start doubling, right? Like a 1000x becomes a 500x, 500x becomes 250, and it quickly gets there faster than you think. I don't like to put timelines on anything, but I'm thinking if it takes off and the community rolls with it, it could potentially happen faster than we think. And again, I don't know if this is something that we're not supposed to have released and RH needs more time. And he's like, oh shit, they caught us. Or if he's just like sitting in the background, he's like,
Like, fuck, man, why did you say something?
What?
No, I'm saying that's what RH be thinking. Like, why the hell did you say something?
Oh yeah.
uh-oh.
You might be listening right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Testing. I can't hear you.
Yeah, you guys cut out, or you cut out for a second.
But anyways, I hit my cord here. Settings. Oh, here we go. There we go. I'm back.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Check.
can. Sorry about that.
So no OA action is happening now. The only OA you saw was in the beginning, creating it first.
That is correct.
First.
That is correct. Yes. And so if you're saying that is something that just happened as a feature of Pulsechain, well, you know, that's very, you know, that could be the case, right?
And so happened to be that was the first one.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's just it seems to have been a priority for some reason. That one, it got most of the mint, right? Like USDC didn't get a double, right? And the mint compared to what's on, I think it's even more than that. It was like more than a double. And then the other thing with pDAI too is the supply is also contracting at times. We're monitoring it. It's going up and down. It goes up and down, right? It's been between 19 billion and 20 billion for the past like couple weeks. You know, sometimes it's like 19 like on the dot. Sometimes it goes like 19.4 or 19.6. So it's weird.
You seem to have a doubter here and proof of no work.
Oh yeah, proof of no work. He's in our Telegram. Yeah. Hey, we love proof of no work. He's been and you know what? He's a dev. He knows what's going on, and he's always saying good things that do make you think. So
yeah. So we'll see, man. You got anything, Ian?
No, man. It's a lot over my head with the tech stuff, but
what's going on?
No, I mean I'm understanding it. It's just you know, there's a few things that it's a little over my head, but I mean, Richard Hart he's one of the biggest holders of DAI. He's been talking about have your DAI, like that was always part of the equation in Pulsechain leading up to it. So, you know, I mean, the speculation's there, the narrative's there, and you know, I mean, Richard Hart was talking about it. Is it for this reason? Maybe not. Maybe so. I got a bag. I got a nice bag. We bought it a while ago. I added more to it when I read your thread the other day. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, awesome.
It seems to be hovering at that 30% mark at all times. Like, since I've been looking at it the last day and a half, it's always sitting anywhere from like 20 to 30% up.
Oh yeah,
that be that magic number for whatever reason. I don't know why. Just what I'm observing, you know. And if you buy too much, it'll push it right back down. That bot will push it right back down to where it wants it at. If you sell too much, it'll buy it up to right where it wants to be at. So for whatever reason, like this thing is controlled.
It's alive.
Control. You can't keep buying, and it'll spike up. It'll whoop. No. You bought too much. Like you're trying too hard, and it'll push it right up and push it right back down.
Yeah, if you look at it on the big buys, anything over like 150, 200, you'll see there's like 21 bot transactions that happen afterwards. Like what's going on? Like, and a lot of them are Atropa. A lot of them lead into this Atropa stuff. So I mean, check it out. You know, I mean, do your own research, and again, join Telegram and join the, I guess, the research brigade. There's just, I'd say there's probably like 7 or 8 people now that are digging in and trying to connect these wallets. So, and we figured out on DBank, you can even come in and label wallets. Like I haven't been doing it, but I'm seeing their videos. They're kind of going back and forth. I got to log in, but if you log in, you can label wallets. And so then when they're going through the transactions, they can kind of see a much easier web when they can say, okay, this is whatever 1, whatever 2, as opposed to a random number that, you know. So they're making moves, and hopefully we can get more later, but you know, nothing's guaranteed. We don't know. Nobody's disproven anything that we found yet. It's just kind of been a wild ride, and I think people are starting to be like, huh, maybe this is what the plan was for Pulsechain. And I mean, he said he has plans for PRCs. Cool tech shit. That video with him and Matt Hamilton's like, PRCs are going to be worthless, and he literally like laughs at him, and he's just like, oh yeah, I got some cool tech shit for you. And so what is cool tech shit? What is cool tech shit? It's not farms, right? Like this Atropa is cool tech shit. Like I can definitively say that whoever's putting this together is a savant, and it seems to be way ahead of what's going on. And so maybe that's the thing. Maybe he invented some sort of new DeFi protocol that can back a network unlike anything we've seen. Speculation, we don't know, but that is this is the first time when I started seeing all this, I was like, oh, okay, like I've heard RH is a genius. I see how much people love him, so I kind of believe it. But this is the first time I saw it, and I was like, oh, dude, this guy's on another planet. Like he is on a different planet. Like the fact that he's got this, there's somebody, again, if it's him and there's this Atropa pool that's there to backstop all of us making a ton of money, unreal. Like super duper GOAT status. Like, I get it. I get the RH love at this point. So
if he does that, then I might have to put a RH sticker on the car or something.
You gotta wrap it, bro. I'll wrap in my boat.
I'll give him a little sticker, bro. I'll give him a little sticker.
Wow, sticker.
Bro. He make me that much money. How much I got sitting there?
So yeah, GOAT status for sure. So, but anyways, man, yeah, I mean that's it. Hop in the chats. Happy to answer any questions. I'm Hodlnomics on Twitter. Come check me out. So, yeah.
Nice, man. Well, good. I'm glad we were able to get you guys on here. We usually don't do this. It's not really our style, but it was interesting enough when nothing is going on Pulsechain, really. This chart is the best chart in Pulsechain. By far. By far the best chart in Pulsechain. Since a drop happened. So, this is by far the best chart, PRC 20 chart by far. And you're what? Probably from the lows, what? Let's see here. Let's just measure from the recent low. I won't run from the absolute low. So you're currently at the high 200x, so 2,050%, so 250x from the low. And that low was on...
The low is June 8th.
August 1st. Yeah, I'm not even doing it from that low. I'm just doing the August 1st low. You're up 250x from August 1st.
Wow.
From the top of today. So June 8th is probably another, probably 500x.
It's saying that it's
maybe even more.
97.23%.
Jeez, the 900x.
Yeah, crazy. So actually, that's not where we're at right now. But that was the top.
Oh yeah,
But
right.
anyways,
Yeah, from the top. Yeah, from the top. I was going from.
yeah, all good. But anyways, yeah, it's crazy. The other thing too that's I've noticed is this is by far the best recruiting tool for Pulsechain. Like not even close. I brought up everything to oh, it's so cool. The copy is like, oh, it's look, it's the new Hex thing, right? Hex went up crazy last. I've tried everything to get people over. Everyone was like, like it's cool, but I'm gonna just stay where I'm at. Like I like my stuff right now. But when I mentioned pDAI, then they're like, oh really? I'm like, yeah, like this stuff is going on. And they're like, oh, well, cool. Like let me tell my friends. And then like it's been the best way to bring people onto the chain that I have seen, and it's not even close.
Yeah, no, it's because DAI doesn't have a maxi like, oh, my coin versus your coin. Now he has it versus other stables, but there's no really like, listen, man, if you can hold me at $1, I don't care if it's DAI, I don't care if it's USDC, I don't care what it's called. Like, I'll take it. Now you tell someone the Pepe versus the new Pepe. Oh man, no, that's not the Ethereum Pepe. You get that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm speaking from the straight up, like the mentality of a coin going up. No one's going to believe it, in my opinion, till it takes off another zero. So
right.
0.001 is really when the heads are going to turn.
Right.
If this thing is doing what it's doing.
Right.
0.01, everybody in crypto is going to turn.
Yep.
That's just the mindset. The people in Pulsechain, give it another 5x. They will turn.
That's right. And
they get a 10x. Now everybody in crypto is coming over to catch that 100x.
Yep.
It's crazy.
that
and
100x. On top of that free 100, like easy 100x, like easiest thing known to man. What happens afterwards? That is the big question I have.
Right. And that's kind of where we have to believe that's in our age.
You know, what makes it happen. But if there's anything that does that, if it's worth $1 and it sits at $1, what's next? Pulsechain.
Yeah, exactly. There'd be an insane amount of
you already know what's going to happen there. So say goodbye to these levels. So whether you believe in it or not, you know, if it does what it does, and as we're talking, like it's going. And I don't think it's the people that we have in here because they've already heard me talk about it already. I think it's just doing what it's been doing, hovering in that 20 to 30% area. And every day as it goes up, it has to hover over that 20 to 30% daily. So that's what we're seeing right now. And like it has been doing that. So my speculation, I'm with it, man. Like I am with it. I even got some Atropa. I don't even know what it does.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Atropa does. It could probably be the dumbest thing, but you know what? At this point, that chart's going up too. I got it. Why not? The chart tells me I'm buying. So
hey, you never. It's diversifying within this weird secret ecosystem. But yeah, it's crazy. And you know, the closer it gets to $1, the more realistic it comes and it becomes, you know, and more people will start to ape, like just kind of like you said. But right now it does seem like pie in the sky stuff, but it's not that far away until we get to the point where it's like, oh, this is happening, right? Like it's kind of crazy. And we've been starting to see it. So,
bro, a 2.5x from now. I said 3 earlier, but right now 2.5x. Yeah, no, that's not true. So yeah, when you're talking, what, another 8x from here? So let's see here, 0.00014 times 8. Yeah, so another 8x from here, a little less than 8x. You shave a 0, you had 0.001. And the more people that hear about it, you know, you got whales that don't even know about this stuff yet. So it's like,
the Hex people don't even know about it, and a lot of Hex people
they're
still
denying it. That's what I said. They turn their heads at 0.001. I'm telling you, right now they don't believe it, but another 8x, they believe it, and they will, in my opinion, they will start speculating on it. And I think the trading will go crazy, and that's when you want to see what Atropa is doing. When that's happening, it's like money's getting thrown around. And that
Right.
makes things very, very interesting when that happens. And if you get to a penny, it's going to get very loud, very fast,
It's gonna get crazy.
very
It's gonna get
Crazy.
it's gonna get crazy. Yeah, I mean, if this is the plan, like, I mean, again, just tip of the hat to RH. It's on a different level, man. Dude's on another planet. He's not from planet Earth. Like, that's what I think, man. He's good. So, but anyways, man, that's it. I mean, I think that's it for the most part. Y'all got any other questions or anything else? Chat.
No, I'm good, man. I think that's
Yeah.
enough to let everybody know what's out there. You can run everybody back to this Twitter, or excuse me, not this Twitter, but this video, and I think it says it all, man. I'm gonna find this tweet real quick. See if I can find it. Where are you at?
But yeah, guys, definitely do your own research on it and jump in the Telegram group if you guys find anything. There's a lot of big brains in this group, so everyone check things out, see what you can find, and share it, because if we're on to something big like this could be huge. So
Right here. Bam. Damn, the timestamp. I told you we were up late. 12:14 a.m. is when we made that decision. And wrap Bitcoin and die was what we came to it. They were the biggest memes in Pulsechain. And what do you know? The two ones that are playing out right now have been wrap Bitcoin, was played around a little bit more, but it seems like DAI is doing its thing and holding way better, a lot less pumpy dumpy than wrap Bitcoin. So
yeah,
maybe that's the chosen one. We'll see. We don't know, but that's all I got, man.
yeah.
Straight.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on again, Hodlnomics. We appreciate the information, bringing us the speculation, and we will see you guys on the next video. We're out.
So for those of you who want to make that change, you need some crypto to help you to make that green. Yo, they got to let your crypto king, showing you how to invest and live your dreams. So for those of you who want to make that change, you need some crypto to help you to make that green.